So the 2026 local government elections are expected to be a heavily contested one. According to the IEC, so far over 100,000 candidates are contesting for 10,000 municipal seats across the entire country. And as the SABC News politics desk, we'll be interviewing leaders of various political parties. Of course, we've started that project. And today I'm joined by the Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Kenny Kunene, is also the MMC of Transport in the City of Johannesburg, and of course the PA's mayoral candidate. Mr. Kunene, thank you so much for joining us on SABC News.
Thank you for having me, Natasha. Thank you.
So first and foremost, let's just start off with last week's by-elections. We saw in Cape Town, the Patriotic Alliance won 2 wards in the George Municipality, Ward 17 from the Democratic Alliance and Ward 27 from the Good Party. I think your reaction and the fact that, when you speak to political analysts, they've been saying that the Patriotic Alliance is actually doing well in by-elections. Do you measure your performance from the by-elections as a barometer to use for the local government elections, perhaps?
Look, Natasha, we are doing very well in by-elections, especially in the Western Cape and in Gauteng. It's not just a measure, but by-elections give you an opportunity to also see your growth, to also be able to do better, to know in which areas you must improve. So they are an indicator, and indeed we are the fastest growing political party in the country. If you look at our performance from 2014 when we first contested, we've never went down. Every election we've been going up, growing organically. And yes, by-elections play an important role to give us an indication of where we must work, where we must improve.
Let's look at your campaign. You're the mayoral candidate for the City of Johannesburg. Unveil your local government action plan for us. And perhaps the main tenets is the campaign Abahambi, when talks about illegal or immigration policies. Just talk us through that, please.
Look, I am going to have a press conference where I launch my mayoral candidacy, where I will showcase what I have done as the MMC of Transport for the residents of Johannesburg and my plans. But in the nutshell, the biggest problem in the city at the moment is revenue collection. For you to be able to do service delivery, you need to fix revenue collection. You need to find other ways of collecting revenue. You need to invest in operations that will also generate revenue. You need to fix Joburg Water. In 2023, after I became the MMC, I wrote to Rand Water to just do a presentation to us as the Patriotic Alliance on the state of water in Gauteng and in Johannesburg in particular. And indeed, we went there with the treasurer of the Patriotic Alliance and the CEO and the team presented to us a very detailed account of where we are as Gauteng and Johannesburg, and the challenges Johannesburg is facing and the solutions. So I know that there are solutions, but unfortunately, when you present these solutions, they might not be comfortable with those
Present them to who? The solutions. When you say present them to who, are you talking about the mayor specifically? Are you talking about the leadership?
Yes. The mayor obviously would have, it's not a department that is under me, so you would present to the mayor to say there are solutions as pertaining at Joburg Water. The mayor will say, no. That portfolio is not under you. Let's allow the MMC to deal with those problems. So then you've got an issue of illegal foreigners in Johannesburg, which has now translated in the problem of illegally hijacked occupied buildings, hijacked buildings. This issue of hijacked buildings does not just end in the inner city, in Hillbrow and Perea. It has spread into the suburbs, so Rosettenville, Terfontein, Mayfair. But it has also gone into Soweto. Now we have cases of houses that are being hijacked in Soweto. We have houses that are being hijacked in Alex, in Kelvin. Recently, we have now seen that there are houses that have been hijacked in Bryanston. So it has spread because the criminals have seen a legal opportunity that they can take advantage of. So job creation is at the center. When you clean the inner city and neighboring suburbs and you reclaim these buildings, the renovation of those buildings will create jobs for South Africans. You will then be able to even create residency closer to work, to where people work. You will then clean Johannesburg, because the reality is wherever there are illegal immigrants in this country, it's filthy. You go to Soweto, to Diepkloof, you go to Naledi and Protea, where it's only South Africans. It's clean. South Africans are very clean people. But where there are illegal immigrants, it's filthy. Go to Diepsloot, where areas that are infested by illegal immigrants. You go to Cosmo, you go to certain parts of Alex. Wherever there are illegal immigrants, is filthy. So you deal with a whole number of issues. Squatter camps. You need to reduce the growth of squatter camps. That's where illegal criminals go. Illegal immigrants who are criminals, they just go into the squatter camps. So job creation is very important. You turn the economy around. Johannesburg hosts the richest square mile in Africa.
Do you think that you're the man for that job then?
I am the man for the job. I am the man to be the mayor of Johannesburg. I'm very decisive, and I understand that you need to deal with the cause of the problem, not the effects of the problem. When you look at how government has run things until where we are, it deals with the effects of the problem. And I'll make an example. 600 families were displaced in Randfontein. Government, whether it's provincial or national, was talking about going to those families and make sure that they have got blankets, they've got food, but they are not talking about the cause of the problem, which is the illegal miners who are illegal immigrants. So when I am the mayor, I will then say, let's put together a team. Let us go and take out those rats who are underground, who are shooting at our people, who are displacing our people. Then we have solved the problem, the cause of the problem, not the effects of the problem.
And how confident are you that the residents of Johannesburg will see the Patriotic Alliance as their preferred party?
We have been winning wards. We've won 2 by-elections after the local elections in Johannesburg. And people will say we win in the colored communities. No. Some of the wards that we have won is 50% black, 50% colored. We've been doing very, very well. For the first time in the history of South Africa since 1994 or since local elections in a democratic South Africa, the ANC has lost the ward in Soweto. The ANC has never lost the ward in Soweto. Even with other parties that are bigger than the Patriotic Alliance, the ANC has never lost a ward. But last year in October, on the 15th, the ANC lost a ward in Soweto to the Patriotic Alliance. So that shows the confidence that the people have in the Patriotic Alliance as a brand. But also the work that I'm doing as the MMC of Roads and Transport. I am very honest. I go to the public, I engage with them. When people raise issues, I respond to them, I escalate them. And the Operation Restore that I do, which takes me to the communities, they can see that I'm on the ground despite the limitations of funds. But they can see that I'm on the ground, I am working. In fact, their own councillors call me Papa Action because of the work that I'm doing, because I'm an active MMC, I'm not an office MMC. So there is that confidence that is built, and I get commendation, I get appreciation from all corners of the communities. So
you say you get, people praise you for the work that you do. Others call you Papa Action. But what do you say to Ukoko as Alexandra, was 17, where just outside the house there's this massive pothole, and she doesn't see Papa Action working in Alexandra in terms of fixing the potholes? I
go to Alexandra. In November, I did roads in Alexandra. I took Operation Restore there. The biggest challenge that we have as Jare in Alex is water. People have built on top of the systems, the infrastructure of the city of Johannesburg. When pipes are blocked, it's difficult for us to access. But then you also have Joburg water pipes that also people have built on top of. And we go to Alex and we engage. But Ugogo would know that Kenny Kunene is in Alex and he is fixing roads there, he's fixing roads there. Kenny Kunene is coming. Where we might not have come, you would see that that pothole has got water continuously. And unfortunately, we can't touch a pothole that has got water because it's an exercise in futility. Water is the enemy of the tar, of asphalt. But then you also have car washes that continuously direct water onto the road surface, which then causes potholes. But Alex, we are doing work in Alex continuously. Yes, more needs to be done. We need more funds. We need more human resource. But we are doing work in Alex.
Let's zoom in into your work as the MMC of transport. Apart from issues around scholar transport, the issue of the BRT Reava system, especially the feeder system into Soweto, is a huge bone of contention. Commuters are complaining. People have no buses. They have to find alternative modes of transport. And what's almost more concerning is that it's actually costing the city 9.2 million rand. When will you, the taxi associations, and the Mayor Dada Morero solve this issue once and for all?
Okay. I was told in 2023 when I accepted to help Payotrans, 1CA, Reava. I was told that I am the first MMC to actually visit the depot. I am the first MMC to actually get involved and try to resolve the issues of Reava. And that has been my commitment. So when the BRP was appointed by the High Court to rescue Payotrans, and he had a plan, but the bus services or bus companies were not prepared to touch Payotrans. I was the one that said, let me help you, let me go and talk to people who do business with bus companies and see if they can't help us. And I got 45 buses to service as feeder buses. Yes, the taxi associations had a problem. I started meeting with them. And one taxi association was not happy with how we were going in terms of those meetings.
Is that the Soweto Taxi Association?
Yes.
Okay.
To say that, look, this is the law. I found it here. I'm implementing. And they needed further engagements. I went to see them in Soweto at Orlando East Hall. And in that meeting, they then said, no, they want to talk to the mayor.
Without you?
Without me.
Okay.
But the mayor then invited me to that meeting with the officials at Transport. We told them, the mayor and the taxi association, that this is a project of national government. It's a parliamentary resolution. It is legislated and gazetted. And it does not fall under our competence. Our competence is to implement. But National Transport Department and National Treasury, they are the ones that are responsible for this project. Therefore, we can't make a decision that the feeder buses can run. And the mayor said, no, let them stop. Let's find each other. Go and write what you want and let us deal with it.
Are you in the process of finding each other?
And then the mayor said, you Transport, go to National Transport, tell them of my decision. The officials went, they came back. We had a meeting with the mayor in his boardroom. And they said, Mayor, National Transport said you are punching above your pay grade. It is not your decision. These feeder buses must go back. We got a legal opinion which supported what National Transport said, which supported what I said, what the experts said. But the mayor overruled us. So with me going out to clear my name, because now people were now saying I am the one that has stopped feeder buses. How could I do that when I have actually launched 45 feeder buses? So then the engagement started with the Taxi Association again, and I'm hoping that we will finalize them soon.
How soon is soon? Can we get a commitment on the SABC to say by next week this issue would have been resolved? You
see, I cannot give that commitment because there's a business rescue practitioner. Mine is to facilitate, hear them out, facilitate. Payotrans has got shareholders. The BRP must consult with the shareholders. All that I can say is I need the buses on the road. Can you find each other as soon as possible? The problem with these feeder buses not running is exactly what you said. The mayor's decision is costing the city money. And he was told that in terms of the bus operating contract agreement, if the city stops buses from operating, the city must pay the operating company a fixed amount, which is 1.9 million per week to Payotrans and 400,000 to Ditsamaiso. That's 2.3 per week. And then when you take it per month, it's 9.2 million. We have got a problem of revenue collection. Feeder buses account for 60% of BRT revenue. So we are not collecting yet. We are paying. So that is the decision of the mayor. It's not my decision, but I'm trying to engage.
I have a couple of questions in 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's no secret that you have called for the mayor to resign, particularly on this Reava issue and other issues.
Yes.
You've seen the minority governing parties also calling for Morero to resign. We saw the motion that's been deferred. Be honest with me. Do you have personal beef with Mayor Dada Morero?
No. I don't have personal beef. Even if it were there, I wouldn't put it in the way of governing. We had our issues. And
as a result of how he runs?
That started in the city from 2019, 2020. But when we negotiated the coalition this time around, we overlooked those differences. But the man is just, it is character. He can't work with people. He does not appreciate that we are in a coalition. He wishes that the ANC was in the majority, therefore he can be an alpha and omega. And I'm saying, I can't tell the ANC to remove their candidate, but I can certainly have an opinion on how the person is performing. Tapelo Ahmad said something on television. He was removed. And the mayor is running down the city, and that is why I'm saying that he must resign. But we are putting evidence to say this is what the mayor has done. This thing of feeder passes is not the first one. From when he was the MMC of Finance, we've been complaining to the ANC.
Do you support the proposal of having an executive deputy mayor? And you personally, as a member or as a deputy president of the Patriotic Alliance, who would you vote for to be the deputy mayor?
The issue of the deputy mayor was discussed by all political parties involved, and the resolution was made. So whether I like it or not, it becomes a resolution of the majority of the GLU.
Who does Kenny Kunene want? Does Kenny Kunene want Loiso Masuku to be the executive deputy mayor?
Look, I don't have anyone per se, but a deputy mayor is look, when you're a deputy mayor, you have to be an MMC. So it's a ceremonial position. If I become the deputy mayor, I will outshine the mayor, obviously. So it's a position that I wouldn't want for myself, because I want to be the votes to dictate that I'm worthy of being a mayor. Being a deputy mayor is ceremonial. I would prefer to be the MMC, go and campaign, and become the mayor.
Second last question. Given the challenges that we see in the city of Johannesburg, the hijacked buildings, water, the issue of the feeder buses, I want you to rate the current administration, including yourself, in the city of Johannesburg. From a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself, including you, your fellow MMCs, and the mayor?
We are generally at 67%. We are really doing the best that we can. We are not collecting enough. But my department is performing very well. GRA is one of the, in fact, if not the best performing entity. MTC is doing very well. We are turning the city into a smart city. Metrobus, we have increased the number of buses. We have gone cashless. We've increased revenue. So we are doing very well.
So you're giving yourself a 6 out of 10? You and the collective administration and leadership in the city of Johannesburg?
As the collective, yes, in terms of what is out there, but I give myself 80%.
Okay. You've given yourself 80%. Just last question, I'm going to revisit this. I know you spoke about this last year, but is there a personal relationship between you and Katiso Molefe, honestly? Or do you know people in the same circles?
Honestly, there is no personal relationship, but we have got a mutual person that we know. One
mutual person or lots of mutual people?
No, one mutual person that we know, which is the person that gave me the address to go and meet him there for the request that has been made to interview him. I don't see a problem with me having a personal relationship with Mr. Molefe. If I had, I would have said I have. That's why when the police were there, I said to them...
But are you not worried about the perception if you say
what
that
perception?
that he's this man, there are allegations against him, and you're a politician?
There's this problem of perception. You become friends with people. You don't know what they do. And by the way, where I'm sitting, it's very unfortunate that I didn't even have his number, because I said to the police, punch his number. I don't have it. And if I had it, I would have told them, no, he's my friend. The fact that he's been accused does not mean he cannot be my friend. We have got family members who, as a politician, who would be arrested for rape. It does not take away that he's your family member. It does not take away that he's your friend. I was a criminal myself. And when I was going to court, there were people, friends. One of them was a deputy director of education in the Free State. He supported me throughout that process. So because he was my friend, he went to prison when I was awaiting trial. He helped me because I was accused.
Okay.
So the man has not been convicted. So I wish I had his phone. I wish we had a personal relationship so that I can say, no, he's my friend. And he has been accused. Let us allow the courts. But we don't have that personal relationship. We probably will have after this, depending on how things go.
Mr. Kunene, thank you so much for your time. I wish we had more time, but that is all that we have for today. Of course, you will be seeing more of these interviews, as we actually count down to the local government elections. The date hasn't been decided yet, but that was the Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Kenny Kunene, talking about a number of issues. He is the mayoral candidate of the Patriotic Alliance, and he says he is in it to win it. With that said, it's back to you.